Hello. So, about an hour ago, I just finished up my second WhatNot show, and I made my first sale, so I am super excited. I really felt discouraged on the first show I did, which, I mean, all the videos I've watched, it's like, yeah, that's gonna happen because nobody knows who you are. It's a very consistency-based platform. Like, you have to be having regularly scheduled shows. And I have not gotten that far yet, but this was only the second show. And yeah, I am super thankful. I have the stuff over here, so I'm gonna show you what's sold. So first up, we have mini orange tabby Loaf cat. And then she is going home with the flower pillow. And this was actually my first sale, which I am super grateful. Like, I can't even believe that this was the first sale. I love making these pillows. They're such a great pattern. But yeah, I cannot even believe that was the first sale. And then these two are going home together, and that is the pink turtle and angry brown loaf cat. I am actually going to give each person a scrunchie as like a thank you gift, and I thought the gold would go with the pillow and the loaf cat, and then I'm giving this person the hot pink. But I just think that would be a cute little thank you gift. But yeah, I am so excited. Like, in the first few minutes, not many people showed up, or if like it got to one point where it was just me and my husband in this show. So like he had it pulled up on his phone and was watching. So then like if you're on WhatNot, you can go in to see who's watching, and it was just him and I was like, well, this is not gonna go to plan. But anyways, more people started showing up, and then I tried running a giveaway if I got to 100 followers, which I got close. I got to 85, so I didn't run the giveaway, but people were sharing the live and following me once they like stopped in, and I explained that like, hey, I'm gonna be doing a giveaway, you know, if you follow me, share this. Once I hit 100 followers on the app, I'll do a giveaway. So I feel like that kind of brought more people into the show. But yeah, I'm super grateful. So now I've got to pack these up. I have an eBay order and a Mercari order to pack, so let's do that together. So my Mercari order is this Waterstones Alone With You in the Ether by Olivia Blake. I'm just trying to clean out some of my my bookshelves, and this one didn't really interest me, so I listed it on Mercari and it sold for 20 bucks, which isn't great, but it's kind of what things are going, or excuse me, what this edition is going for right now anyway, so I can't really complain, especially with the way that the world is right now. You know, I can't be picky on prices, especially when I'm trying to make more room in my shelves. And I always try to reuse fairy loot packaging, because why not just recycle a box? I always feel like I overtape my boxes, but I'd rather overtape it than undertape it. Alright, one package done. The next thing to pack is this Miami Dolphins hoodie. It's one of the Nike Salute to Service lines. I got this at the bin store for $10 and it still had tags on it. I had it listed for $75. I got an offer for $55 from a buyer. I countered at $65 and then they countered $60 and I accepted it. I wish I had gotten full price, but I've held on to it for a little bit, so I'll take the offer. Also, I keep most of my inventory, it's kind of bad, in this filing cabinet. It just makes the most sense to store inventory. Like, you can store a lot of stuff in here. But it's kind of funny because people are like, why do you have a filing cabinet in your closet? And it's like, that's where all my inventory is. Also, any kind of clothing, fabric, anything, make sure it's in a poly bag and then poly mail it, because the shipping companies are gross. Like, you wouldn't want something that you bought and were looking forward to arrive to you disgusting and gross. So always double bag your stuff. And package number 2 done. Okay, so we're just gonna have to resume packing from this angle. I normally film like the shots with this kind of neck contraption thing, but I felt like I was heavy breathing into the camera, and it was also weighing me down a little bit today, so we're just gonna have to view from this angle. And also, we ate dinner like 20 minutes before I went on my WhatNot show, and we had queso, and we had chips and queso, and I spilled cheese on my shirt. So I went like this throughout the entire time of the WhatNot show. Nobody said anything. I wasn't gonna say anything, so you're only finding out now. I wrapped up the scrunchie in tissue paper, and I found these cute little stickers at the bin store. It says sending sunshine your way. I thought that was going to be super cute, and just like a little thank you, especially to this person for being my first purchase on WhatNot. Shoot, I wanted to do thank you cards. I need to put that in there before I seal this up. Alright, so I wrote out a note to this lady, Sherry. I said, thank you so much for being my first ever WhatNot purchase. I can't say thank you enough. I hope you enjoy your pillow and Loaf kitty. I've also included a freebie as an extra thank you. Love, Alyssa. I am super grateful. I need to come up with better adjectives is what I said in my show, which is true. But like, honestly, I can't say how grateful I am. It's just indescribable. All right, mini Loaf cat and the sunflower pillow are packed. Now I just have to get these in a poly bag together. So, since these are my first sales on WhatNot, I overestimated the shipping, and I feel bad because the pillow, it had it down as like a 6-pound package, and it weighs a pound and a half. So I adjusted it down to 2 pounds because that was the only way I could get it to go through. And then these, it has them as 3 pounds, and it's less than a pound. So I hope the buyer didn't pay that much in shipping. If they did, I feel awful, and I'm gonna figure out how to refund them on shipping, because I don't want to overcharge people for shipping. Like, I want it to be accurate, and hopefully I can get that figured out. This looks ridiculous to use a bag that is as long as my arm, but I didn't have any bags. They were either too small to fit this guy in, or I was gonna have to do like multiple bags or like a gallon bag. So I just went with the abnormally large bag, and he's just gonna have to reign over the scrunchie and the turtle. Also, you can tell that I am super tired. It is 11:17 right now. I did my show at 7 and then got off. I waited for my husband to wake up before I started packing orders because he works night shifts, and I didn't want to be running around like a goblin while he's trying to sleep. So I waited, and then now I am trying to catch up because I want to try to go to the post office tomorrow. Am I Canadian now? I am so tired. Okay, so this person is called the Vintager. There wasn't a like normal name, so that's just what I put. But I said, thank you so much for being one of my very first WhatNot buyers. I appreciate it more than you know. Please don't let Grumpy Loaf get near a candle. He's known to start fires. Love, Alyssa. I thought that would be fun and gives it a cute little spin. Alright, can't print them yet because I have to print the labels, weigh them, and put the packing slips in, but they are packed, and now just have to print the labels off. Alright, so my two WhatNot purchases are packed up, and like I said, this feels amazing. I cannot believe that I sold some stuff. I was hoping I'd sell one thing, but I was not expecting to sell 4, so I am super grateful. But now I need to pack my Mercari order and the eBay order, so let's do that. Doing eBay and Mercari shipping is easier for me because I know the platform and I regularly sell on both. So it's just one of those things with WhatNot. It's like learning the system and how they want everything formatted. That's the big thing, is like WhatNot, you have to go to one thing to go to another thing to go to another thing. eBay and Mercari, well, Mercari's like that too. It took me forever to figure out where my shipping labels were. Even though they're supposed to be emailed to you, I've like never gotten the emails. I don't know, yeah. But eBay, it's like you open up the eBay website and it literally shows you, hey, you have this order ready to pack, and then you click on it and it brings you to the shipping page. Like, it can't get any easier than that. So we have our hoodie here. I did free shipping on this one, so I am going to cover the shipping for that, and it looks like it's going to California. So we'll see how much that's gonna be. If my scale would ever tear. There it goes. Alright, 1 pound and 3 ounces. And time to get a length. by 8 by 2. So I know I've already packed this. It's like, okay, so I've packed this up, and since it's going to California and it weighs over a pound, it's $9.39 to send it USPS Ground Advantage. Or I could pay $8.40 to send it via a flat rate envelope, but I don't think I have any of those. So I guess I'm just going to send it Ground Advantage and pay the extra $1. Alright, time for my Mercari order. I'll print the labels together. And the nice thing about Mercari is if it's a book, you send it media mail and you already enter the weights in, so the label's already pre-generated for you. That's the one good thing about Mercari. My sales are normally slower on there. I really only list my books on Mercari that have come out of my own personal collection, or if I find something out while thrifting that I know is maybe out of print, or just stuff that I've bought that hasn't sold on eBay. I try to cross list, but Poshmark and Mercari don't move stuff as fast for me. I always try to put stickers or thank you stickers on every order. My hope is that it makes people feel better, that like I'm not some big corporation, like I'm just a girl, I'm just a baby, but that I'm like a human and not just a machine. So I don't know, if you like getting thank you stickers on your packages, let me know in the comments. All right, here's the eBay order, and then the Mercari order is packed, and I'm gonna go get some sleep. We'll catch up in the morning when I go to the post office.